each day kind of has its own personality. And where did the personality of the days come from? Is it really something that exists? Are you more effective certain days of the week? So what do we think, girls?
Bring it on!
Welcome to Girls Gone Gritty. I'm Farley Boyle.
I'm Darian Boyle.
And I'm Jennifer Brenius.
Collectively, we're two sister-in-laws with our bestie.
We don't just talk, we do it. Day, night, mountain, beach, and city.
Get ready as we bring gratitude and attitude to everything we do.
We jump in head first, unafraid, and we're all in all the time.
We bring it on and get it on each week, diving deep into authentic, unscripted conversations
on just about everything. So
let's get gritty.
Bring it on! Bring it on! Don't wait until tomorrow.
Welcome to another episode of Girls Gone Gritty. I'm Jennifer here with my besties, Darian and Farley, and we are so excited to come to you with another episode at the end of February, getting ready for the spring that's hopefully coming. I can't wait to have the energy come back to New Jersey. I feel it already starting to happen with some of the weather we're having, although I think we're going to get another dip. And I know Darian's always looking for snow, but we are excited about spring sports and bringing you a super fun episode today. But before we get to all that, Far, how's things going in your neck of the woods?
I am getting ready to get on a plane and fly to Columbus, and I think it's a little chilly there. And then coming back and going to Baltimore. So I am always happy when I wake up and it's 40 degrees already.
Well,
so
you full swing lacrosse season. You're all over the place.
I am all over the place, which I love because one day I'm not going to be doing it. So I'm a jet setter this weekend.
You still have time, Far. You still have like 3 years. Thank goodness.
And
this week,
all those kids
play
D1 sports.
Totally. And then this weekend is the High Five Skiathon at Sugarbush North or Vermont North. And it's going to be exciting. It's for adaptive athletes. We raise money for High Five's a foundation that raises money for these adaptive athletes and gives them a chance to get back into their game, whether it's skiing or climbing or surfing. And the skiathon, we're raising money now. So if anyone out there wants to donate to Team Girls Gone Gritty, we would love for you to donate $1, even a quarter, $5, whatever you can.
How many runs do you typically take? Like if we're donating, per run, is that what it is?
No, you donate a flat fee. So it would be, so some people donate $50, some people donate $25, but it's a whole day adventure. And you just ski and with different friends. You ski with a lot of adaptive athletes that are there, some of the best skiers in the world that are in sit skis. And this money that's raised, it gives athletes that have had these life-altering injuries a chance to get back to their sport. There's a High Fives recovery center in Tahoe, and it could get those athletes, kind of give them a grant to get there and rehab. It's really special. It's super close to our hearts, so that's what I'll be doing this weekend. Please donate to Girls Gone Gritty, our team, and you can find that on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll even give you a post to Girls Gone Gritty website.
Amazing.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And I think, Dee, you have our top 5 this week.
Oh, yes. Really exciting ones this week. Now, number 5 is The Sound of Silence. Is that really what we're looking for in an album? And then I know that all these artists are protesting AI. What's going on there?
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy. And it's really something I think people need to keep an eye on is how fast the AI technology is taking over. I feel bad for anybody who's in the creative world when the AI can do so much of it on your own. And I love the fact that these 1,000 artists have come together to make a statement, even though the statement is a silent album of an empty recording studio, because we don't want that. We want our thespians in every genre to be able to continue to do what they do best.
Hey, instead of We Are the World, they're coming together and it's a silent protest to raise awareness. And we all need to say AI. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, AI.
Bye-bye, AI. All across the board. So number 4, looking for a vacation to Mars. Word has it there's water on Mars. So is this our new beach destination? Maybe Elon Musk was right.
He must know more than the masses.
Well, I think at one point they're saying it was. Whether there is now, we shall see. But I think I think the people that want to venture to Mars, they deserve that vacation because that is quite an adventure.
Well, aren't they saying that it is the most comparable to our atmosphere
Well,
on some level?
closest planet to us that could potentially have life on it. That's what the theory is. And whether it could sustain life, I mean, that's up for people like Elon Musk to figure out. I can promise you this. I will not be on a spaceship to Mars in my lifetime. So have at it. Anyone who would like to go do that. Extreme sports, next level. Vacation to Mars.
To Mars. I think I'll go to Costa Rica for
men are from Venus, women are from
for
Mars,
a beach trip.
The other way around.
I think it's women are from. I don't know.
I don't know, but it makes sense. The men can go to Mars.
Yeah, exactly. Bye.
Exactly. Well,
I don't want to go to Venus though either.
DoorDash. Are they pocketing tips from drivers? Yes, they just lost a $17 million lawsuit. Think about that. All these drivers going out there working hard, all their tips are disappearing, going back into their wages. That's not right because it costs a lot for a pizza to be delivered to your door.
I mean, how does DoorDash really work? I'm annoyed by it because my kids like to DoorDash and I just think it's just ridiculously frivolous. But how does it work? They use their car, so they must get mileage, they must get gas on some level, and then they get a percentage of whatever the ticket is, and then you have the ability to tip up and beyond, and that's what they've been poaching.
Basically, the way that I read this story was that what they did fraudulently, because they lost the lawsuit, was they were taking the compensation that somebody would tip and counting that as part of what they paid them. So they basically were stealing from the drivers, saying that they've paid them, let's say a trip cost, I should have been paid $25, but $10 of that was a tip. DoorDash was counting that as part of their compensation. And that's a tip. And that's above and beyond what the wage should be. Again, it's a notation and it's $17 million. And it's probably a drop in the bucket for places like DoorDash, and these drivers, they live on these wages. So shame on you, DoorDash. I don't want you and I won't.
I'm going to DoorDash from now on. My kids are not allowed to use it.
Yes.
I hate it because they also charge you a fee, like a monthly fee to use the service. And then you could order, if you just call the pizza place and say, hey, can you deliver it? They'll deliver it for free. You don't have to use DoorDash. And that's just lazy high school and college kids that are sitting home. DoorDash, when you could even walk next door and get the slice yourself.
Technology has made too many things way too easy. That's our message in this show all the time.
Number 2, Luigi is not the Mangione. How about idolizing this guy who killed someone? He is a killer. And
Allegedly.
Okay, he's allegedly a killer.
To be fair,
and he has all these fans that are like sitting outside of his courtroom and waiting to see what he's wearing and like putting this guy on his pedestal because they don't like healthcare. It's sickening.
Wow. This guy he's got fame. It's crazy. Beg the crowds to please stop sending more than 5 pictures to him per person. It's a problem. It really is.
It is a problem. But the thing that keeps coming back is that he sadly struck a chord with people being very frustrated, and it will be interesting to see what happens with the DOJ and some of the cases that are coming through on the billing practices of places like United Healthcare. And supposedly that's just the tip of the iceberg. So to be determined for one.
Well, I love this. The ban on the quarterback sneak tush push. Are they getting spanked? Now, is Green Bay behind this? Who's behind this? That's all I want to know. The quarterback?
I guess it can be kept secret until the NFL decides to deliberate on it. Jen and I were just talking about it. I didn't really understand that you can't propel somebody over the lineman. I get that. If you can jump and take flight on your own, absolutely. What about you just goose somebody?
Well, but
the super goose.
Isn't the whole sport of football about pushing somebody out of the way,
shoving them?
To me, you're getting into like semantics of the game. If you don't want to,
maybe you have to tackle them. Maybe if you tackle your own player forward instead of pushing his buttocks.
Yeah, well, it's been discussed before over the last couple of years, but it actually never came through. And this year, they need 24 of the league's 32 owners to actually vote on it in order for this to go through. So I think this is the year that it will get kind of pushed from behind, no pun intended, or it will get taken out. So
it's obviously
be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Obviously work.
Really? Then why don't you guys all do it? If it's like if it's cheap, like they can all do it, yet not many of them can do it effectively.
Maybe they just don't
I think
execute
a
it.
little bit of a sore loser. Maybe,
It's like
Yeah.
Deflategate.
Yeah.
They all kind of let the air out of the balls. Now they're all kind of, pushing the tush.
Yeah.
But some of them do it better and win Super Bowls.
True.
Not my team. Next.
Today, we are going to be talking about something that we do every single day. We wake up and we think about, what day is it? Is it
just did it.
Monday? Is it Tuesday? What day are we taping? What are we talking about? What is my plan of my day? We are talking about the days of the week. And we wanted to talk about this because we think it's interesting. Each day kind of has its own personality. And where did the personality of the days come from? Is it really something that exists? Are you more effective certain days of the week? So what do we think, girls? What do we think about our taping, our release day on Thursday? Obviously, every day is a different style of day. So that's what we're going to talk about.
I love it. Well, it's true. Each day of the week does have its own kind of special vibe. Sunday Funday is probably one of my favorites because it's just, I'll race first thing in the morning. I'll go to the beach and I'll pick up shop. And then we go to church and then it's on. We're playing games all day on the beach or drinking cocktails, you're surfing, or if it's in the winter, we're skiing. It's just Sunday Funday. It's the end of the week. It's just something about Sunday. It just makes you want to have a good time. And that's my Sunday day.
Sun, you can't go wrong. That is where Sunday came from, is it's a day of sun.
If we go back in the history of it, it was Babylonian. I didn't know this, little factoid, that there is no naturally occurring phenomenon that is 7 days. So it is a completely man-made phenomenon that the Babylonians came up with because they wanted to break up the celestial movement of the moon. So they figured out that the moon has about 28 days, and they basically were like, all right, well, let's just break this into four weeks, and each week we'll have 7 days, and we'll kind of move with that. And because it was a celestial event, Monday is the moon, Tuesday's Mars, Wednesday's Venus, Thursday's the Earth. We skipped the Earth because that's us. And then
Wednesday's Mercury.
Mercury. Oh, I had that backwards. You're right. So it's Mercury. It goes in order of the proximity to the Earth. So
Thursday's Jupiter.
Yep. And then Saturn. So I think that's really interesting because they're the only
Friday is Venus.
They could only see the 7 planets, not including us, but the sun. And then each of the days after that has a very interesting energy to them. And they talk about your most productive days. Do you guys have any idea of what the most productive day is? I know for me what it is.
I do feel like I get a lot done on a Monday because I'm coming off of a weekend and I feel motivated to tackle whatever I need to. But sometimes it makes it hard too. Things aren't open on Mondays. Things that I need done can't be done on a Monday. You can't make a hair appointment. Yep. You can't go get your hair done. There's certain things that you're limited to, but I do make a list for myself every week, and it starts on Monday for me. And if I can check a bunch of boxes on Monday and frees up the back end of my week, that's what I try to do.
Well, that's what they say. The one thing that I read was they said that Monday is the planning day. Monday is the day that it's a little bit slow to go to start, but if you've made a list, if you have a schedule for what you want to get accomplished during the week, most people are doing that on Monday. So they say Tuesday in productivity is one of the most productive days of the week because people have made their plan and now they're like, it's the beginning of a week, I'm going to get a lot done on Tuesdays. And it's funny, my dad always said Tuesdays are magical, and it's a funny thing we have in our family because Tuesdays tend to be one of those sneaky days that you're feeling pretty good. You're optimistic about what's potentially going to happen in your week. You've gotten through Monday. You've gotten your set of things that you want to get done. And then Tuesday, you're hitting the ground.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I think Monday I write my to-do list and all my goals for the week. And I kind of kick off the list. Okay, I'm going to work on the marina today. I'm going to try to exercise. And then Tuesday, you go full steam and really try to check off everything because the week seems to fly by. I always say with Tuesdays, That's the day that people get the pads. That's the post-alcohol depression day on Tuesday. For all the party
Never heard
pigs
that.
out there oh, yeah. So if you ever notice, if you go out all weekend, like you're going out mini Friday, which is Thursday night, which used to be my favorite night to go out. And then you had Friday, Saturday, and all of a sudden Sunday, you're doing Sunday Funday, Monday, and then Tuesday, you're like, wow, I haven't drank in a day, and you're kind of tired. And we always
Withdrawal.
said you get the post-alcohol depression. It's the pads, and people are like, "Oh," and then Wednesday you kick back into it. But I haven't been partying that much, so I haven't had the pads. But if you notice that, for any of you out there listening, if on Tuesday you get the pads, just go for a little run. But I love Tuesday because it's a magical day because it's St. Anthony Day, so that's always when I'm like something really, really good
Is
is
that why your
going to
dad
happen.
Called it a magical Tuesday?
It's definitely not. My
Okay.
dad definitely doesn't know who
Exactly.
St. Anthony is.
Yeah, well, St. Anthony, he
No, I know
you,
who he is.
you pray to St. Anthony, and it's if I have a really important meeting, or if I have something that I really need to go well, or a doctor's appointment, I always do it on a Tuesday because I just feel that's a positive, powerful day. Tuesdays, I try to get everything done.
That's awesome. And then Wednesday is the proverbial hump day, which I couldn't. They
Middle
don't
of
have,
the week.
they don't have any like origin of where that came from, but it really is. It's like if you can get to Wednesday and feel like you're still like
I
in
feel
it,
like it's the hump of the week. Like you're going uphill Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday you start going downhill. So that might be the hump reference, but I don't know where it originated.
yeah, no, they don't know. It's one of those urban myths. It was
Yeah,
some
midweek.
water cooler at
Yeah.
DuPont is what I read. So who knows?
Midweek, you're fired up, everything's going well, and you're halfway to the weekend. So I think you're the hump. You're in the middle of the camel that soon you're going to be to the finish line to Sunday Funday.
Thursdays for me, I start getting excited because the weekend is really right around the corner, and it's a locals night out. So I always enjoyed Thursday because I felt like if I went and did something really fun, I only had Friday and then I could recuperate over the weekend. So Thursday means Friday's right around the corner.
Yeah. Well, Thursday for me was always at the Stone Balloon at the University of Delaware was mug night. So you had your dollar mugs and everybody went and everybody thought about the fact that like, were you going to make it to class the next day? I had to wake up and teach on Friday mornings every time. So I always made it up because that's just what my DNA was at that moment. But the bars also closed at 1 a.m. They closed very early at the University of Delaware. But mug night was a big, fun, amazing night that everybody looked forward to. And it was most to everybody that I talk. Thursday is everybody's favorite day of the week because they're like, okay, I can feel the weekend. It's right
Around the
Farley's
corner.
point. It's tomorrow. Friday.
Yeah.
Is
That's why we called it
mini Friday.
Yeah, mini Friday in college. That's what we would do because we would have races and you'd be training in all week. And then Thursday you would go and you'd go out with all your friends and you'd have a blast because you had races on Saturday and Sunday, ski races in college. So Thursday was your night out. And then Friday you would kind of decompress and get ready for the weekend. And that's why it was like Thursday and Sunday were always the really fun nights to go out in college. But even now, Thursday night, it's locals night here at Sugarbush. Our favorite night to go out here. It's Green Mountain Lodge. That's why I was trying to get you ladies up here.
Oh, we're coming.
And it's over at Mount Ellen, and it's in their lodge, and they always have a really groovy band. The vibe is it's so fun. People are skiing, and it goes from 3 to 6, and that's our mini Friday because it's before everyone comes to town on the weekends. It's your night out. And
I think Friday as a teacher is probably the hardest day of the week.
Got it.
Maybe Mondays are tough too when students return after a long weekend and they're sleep deprived or they were sugared up or whatever. But Fridays, I think that the kids must be just going upside down, ready to burst out the windows and out the doors because their weekend is rapidly approaching. I feel sorry for teachers on Fridays.
I kind of feel good for them because they're like, yeah, because Fridays teachers are adios. Everybody's checking out around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock because they know it's game on for the weekend, and it's also the kickoff to all the sports and all the activities. So
Saturdays and Sundays can
from
be
a productivity standpoint, though, they say if you can capitalize on Friday and actually start your gearing up for the following week on Friday, you're ahead because most people, to your point, are gearing down. So a lot of the companies are trying to steer away from giving people Friday off and keep them in the office and do more productive things that are team oriented, that hold each other accountable to keep that productivity up, which I think is actually a really cool way to do it, because people want to build that camaraderie, which is why everybody likes Friday. So why not spend some time in the office doing some more fun team building type things that are going to build your company? So for a little
On a
tip out
Friday,
there,
that
yeah.
would be torture. I'd be so bummed. I'd be
It was
like,
like
wait,
a-
what?
Yeah, but you're
You
supposed
can't
to be
do it
working. Okay,
Monday,
so let's
Tuesday,
talk
Wednesday,
about that.
It was
Thursday.
a huge
But
debate.
but
In
that's the whole
2020
thing.
In
It's like
2020, somebody
Friday.
was really debating a 4-day work week. I mean, it was like a huge thing. And it initially came out as a positive. It looked as though it was going to really kind of just rejuvenate the workplace and people were going to be psyched. But as of 2022, the study showed that it didn't really do much. It really
Who funded the study?
actually there's a lot of negatives, to tell you the truth, because if you work, let's say that you work on Wall Street, you don't have the luxury of taking a day off. If you're in manufacturing, now your company can't meet its quota. So there were a lot of negative. People would have to work a longer day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, pick up an additional 2 hours. So then the productivity kind of started to go backwards because people were a little bit overworked. And from a pay standpoint, they said, okay, maybe we save money because we're not in an office with electric and we're not having to pay overtime. And if there's an incident that happens in the workplace, we're not responsible on that day. So it alleviated like a little tiny bit. But bottom line, a 5-day work week is where it stands currently. And I don't think it's up for negotiation or debate anymore.
Well, I think it depends on where you are, because there's European countries that have instituted this model and are testing it in certain industries. And I think, what COVID did do is that you recognize that I don't have to physically be in the office to be productive. Now, a lot of people need that accountability for sure. But if we take the theory that, a Monday and a Friday, so Monday is your gear up day, right? And Friday is your gear out day. Those productivities are probably pretty low. So if I can maximize people's use of time, I don't know that you need to punch a clock 5 days a week in order to be productive. Listen, there's a lot of people that are way more productive in 3 days than anybody else is in 5 days. So I think the measurement should be more on result based than time based.
What about retail? You're taking a day out of the loop that you can sell product.
Closed, but I said I don't have to work a 5-day work.
No, but I think if I own a retail shop and I'm trying to sell as much product as I can, if I take a day out of my 5 days, let's say I'm open on Saturday as well, you're losing. So I think it really has to go kind of by the profession.
Yeah, well, there's industries that are open 7 days a week, like a hospital, 24/7. They're always,
military can't punch out.
They're always open. But I think that the other
police, firefighters.
Yeah, but they don't. The police and firefighters, they do like
a
work 3-day,
24
3-day on, 4-day off.
Yeah,
because
72 hours.
But now they're changing it that they want they let all these people work from home. They want you back in the office. It's better. It's more productive when you're sitting next to all your coworkers. You're having in-person meetings, and I think the world it's coming back to, well, in certain professions that, hey, you know what, you need to be there 5 days a week, and if you don't want to be there 5 days a week, then you have to look somewhere else. Now, a friend of mine, he started back in Wall Street. He retired, and he was hired as a super higher up, and he went to hire people, and literally these millennials came in. They said, oh no, I only work 3 days a week. And he goes, well, wait, what? That doesn't work. No, I'm 3 days a week.
I want to work.
And you heard that a lot.
Work in person.
You heard that a lot. So he said, you know what? You're out. Like, I'm sorry, you're not going to work from home. I need you physically in here. If you're on a trading desk, that's what he wanted. And it was really hard. It took him a while to kind of find the right staff that actually wanted to be there, wanted to make money, and would put the time in, because you don't see that anymore. And that's why, restaurants are struggling and shops are struggling because people are lazy.
I think part of the problem though is that, and I feel like productivity should be the measurement. I don't think it should be time. I don't think you should have to put in, like certain people put in 40 hours of a work week that really if they work 25, that's a lot. And there's other people that put in a 40-hour work week and they're taking emails when they get home. They're setting up meetings outside of the office and they're working way, way more than that. And I think that the lines that have been blurred for the modern worker of like, you're never off the clock. I know like my sister in particular, who's in the pharma industry, she's able to say she's on vacation, very few and far between. And that's why a lot of the pharmaceutical companies give you off between Christmas and New Year's, where they all shut down. Because when somebody wants an answer, even if you're in retail, and we know this, if you don't sell it to me, somebody else will sell it to me at any given time in the world we're in. I don't think that there should be a specific set work day. There's people that work 7 days a week. There's people that work 2 days a week. And some of the people that work 2 days a week make more money and are more productive in the 2 days than the people that work 7. You can't make more hours in your life. And to give human beings only 2 days a week, and some people less than that are in some of these other intense industries, to do what they need to do as a human being, to restore their souls, to restore their body, to give themselves time to get errands done, I think it's tough. I'm all for the 4-day work week. It's results based. I think that's part of the American problem.
Yeah, but you're a different being. Like you are a go-getter,
I'm
and
not
you will
worried
get
about
things
you
done.
not producing, but I'm saying, like, if somebody is getting paid, are they getting deducted those 9 to 5 hours? Punching in though, and punching out, that's a hard thing to get away from. It really is. If the company is open or the store is open from 9 to 5, you're at a doctor's office, you're at a retail store, you're a grocery store, I think it's really going to be problematic for certain businesses for sure. And if you're a high achieving person and you have a to-do list and you check all those boxes and you can take an extra day at the end of the week, then awesome.
There's a court case in Long Branch right now where you have these lifeguards and laborers that work on the beach in the summertime, and they've not been compensating them fairly for overtime. And that's another thing that I think is something that needs to be fair. Like if your job is a 40-an-hour-a-week job, if I'm a full-time employee, then if I'm working 40 hours, you can't ask more of me. You can't be calling me outside of my time that I'm working. And if I am obligated to do that, you need to compensate me. There's got to be accountability on both sides of getting the job done and compensating people fairly and treating people like human beings.
Salary versus hourly is a problem there too.
Yeah.
They think they've got you if you're getting paid a salary.
All right, ladies. Well, our time is just going because we always have so much to talk about. So, Jen, who is our Got Grit winner of this week?
So our Got Grit winner of this week is somebody who loves animals like we all do. His name is Bill Berloni. And he is an animal trainer to the Broadway stars. And he got his start when he was starting his acting career. And he told if he could get a dog to play in the musical Annie, that he could have a role. And he went to the animal shelter and adopted his first pet. And over the course of the last 20 years, has adopted more than 300 animals from the ASPCAs throughout the country, because he takes his show on the road with his trainers. And not only does he rescue these animals from what could be their demise, but he also takes them back to his place in Connecticut and gives them a life and a home with him or with other people that he works with, so they can live out their life, not just as an actor on a Broadway show or a television show, but as a real pet to somebody who loves them. So I think Bill's an amazing human being for seeing that need in the ASPCA, and he's our Got Grit Award winner this week.
Training animals that are in foster or have been abandoned is a big job. So he must be the dog whisperer.
I love it.
Amazing. I think he's a great Got Grit guy.
So Far, don't we have an amazing musical segment this week that you want to share?
We sure do. We have a song that everybody has heard, but I don't know if you really listen to the lyrics. They're pretty darn powerful. And it was a song that my girls loved, and it was their graduation song in 8th grade. And I didn't listen to it until I lost somebody very near and dear. And the song suddenly was him manifesting through the lyrics. And I just feel like this song can mean so many different things for so many different people. So I'm going to read the lyrics, probably just the first lyric, because I could read the whole song because I love it that much. Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, it's screaming your name. Hope if everyone runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you know, you gave it all you have. I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. And I did it all.
OneRepublic.
I lived. I think we should all aspire to say that we lived every second and every minute because it's the only life that we know we get. And that's what this song really emphasizes is do it all and have a smile on your face through it because it's the life you get.
And we were able to see, Farley and I were able to see him live in concert or them live in concert. But Ryan Tedder, I think is his last name. He is the lead vocalist and he told the story and he wrote that song for his son. And he's written so many amazing songs that I'm sure we'll cover in this episode in future. So if you don't know OneRepublic, he's a true poet and lyricist. Look him up.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's always fun. We hate to leave you. And please circle back and watch some of our episodes from prior weeks and share our podcast with a friend. And we look forward to doing this again with you next Thursday.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Girls Gone Gritty.
You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
If this episode hits home, share it with someone who needs to get gritty.
The 3 Gs. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.